You can change this topic with this one. Describe a book that you have recently read. Is it
Okay, okay,
okay?
fine. Okay, okay, no issue.
So once again, now I'm going to begin with this. It's a speaking part 2, and that I'm going to ask you. Okay, I have already given you the question topics. This is a topic that you have to speak minimum a minute, maximum two. You have to finish your talk. Okay, it's going to be called a long term, where you have to show your fluency and coherence. You have to also show the wide range of vocabulary. Once you are using one word, you should not use the second time. You have to avoid until you find the substitute. Is it okay? Then use the grammatical structure. If the sentences, if the topic is from past tense, you try not to use some of the words that is in present or future. The last time I think I had discussed with Ainas, the topic was in the past, and you have spoken some of the sentences from the present. Is it okay? So you have to take care of your, suppose the topic is for the future. So a lot of sentence structure that you can begin with, like there will be, there may be, some might be. Once you're using one structure, try to avoid that so that you will get more point. And finally, your pronunciation. If you are speaking that kind of photograph, like a kind of photography, photograph, photography, and I was a good photographer in my childhood, you can say, but I was a good photographer. It is not good. It doesn't sound good. So is it okay? Now I'm going to record it for your timing, and I will start with Ritika. Ritika, your time starts now.
I'm going to be speaking about the exercise that I know of, and it's called as the jumping jack. It is a very simple and very effective exercise, and as the name suggests, it majorly involves jumping in it. It is majorly done by standing straight, hands stretched out, and as we jump and spread our legs out, we clap our hands above our head. uh, I first tried it when I was in my school, and we used to have weekly exercise sessions for 3 hours, in which teachers used to focus on the overall development of the students, and the exercise were oriented in such a way. I found it very pleasing and very effective for the overall all the muscles in the body. It is suitable for majorly all the age groups of people. However, I feel that people who have suffered some spine injury or have some knee injuries or are facing some issues with their bones might like to refrain from doing this exercise. But if they prefer doing this exercise, they might need to consult a doctor before beginning this exercise, as it involves heavy usage of the legs muscles and the spine, and it puts pressure on them. So it might not be effective for them.
Okay, that's good. Means you have completed your talk within 1.5 minutes. Okay, so that was really good, and I'll give you the different topic for the next time. But it was so far, it is, you have been given a satisfactory, means you are on the track right now. Now I would like to ask Dinah. Dinah, your time starts now.
Okay, the piece of advice what I would like to discuss is it was back then in 2019, where my uncle, who has now is now deceased, he was doing his carpentry job outside in the balcony, and randomly he received a call from a call center who asked him to get his PR done for Canada or Australia. So, well, he was almost 70 plus, and he denied the call. So he got this idea that if he could not go, why don't his niece, that's me, can try for it. So he called me and he asked me that he got this random call from a particular consultant asking to move to Canada or Australia. So he asked me if I was interested. And the piece of advice that he gave me was that since I was almost uh, having a good uh, job and having a well settled life in Mumbai. So why shouldn't I not try in somewhere abroad, and I could make my life over there. So he said that like whatever struggles you have been going through over here, maybe God has opened another doors for you abroad, and maybe He is like a guardian angel who's showing you this path to follow. Um, and so he said that if I need any help, like financially or for any documentation, my uncle would be willing to help me out. And this kept me motivated and give me a strong will to do this PR journey right from 2019 till date. And now since he's passed 2 months back, so I really miss him because I kept him up to date with all the informations that I've been going through with my PR. And
I'm
he too,
exceeding timing, and this time you can understand yourself. You have in the
yes, sir.
middle of that you have started very fumbling, and I think you should avoid this.
Yes, sir.
You're speaking, you are in hurry. Try to make your pace something slow, but in a rhythm.
Okay.
What is the
Okay.
means of fluency? Fluency means that means you should not speak so too much slow, too much fast. Just you have to maintain a rhythm. When you start with your sentence, take to the top your modulation, and then you go with a point, full stop. Then you try to drop your. So like this, you have to make this rhythm. Okay,
Okay.
now Abhishek. Abhishek, your time starts now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I would like to talk about a book I have recently read. It is one of the language book which is about English grammar book, who is published by Arun Martin, made in India. So in this book, there are large variety of content of grammatical concepts in which majority of topics are covered. So this book usually refer those people who want to speak English or who would like to learn English and improve language only. So those kind of people refer it. And another is school or college people also would like
Sure.
to refer it because this book is commonly for everyone. And I like this book because most of our concepts are covered. That's why. And it is also helpful each and every places. That's why I like that.
Okay, you have exceeded, not exceeded timing, but you are in the limit. But still, you need to work on your accent, fluency. But good, the second time that you have spoken, and it was satisfactory. The improvement that I can see that the last time that you spoke and this time. Moreover, what I say that you are improving. You have to take some more like improvement in you. Now the next Christo.
Yes, sir. Talking about my favorite time of the day is morning. In morning, because in morning I wake up at early morning 6 o'clock and start with the tea. Uh, it is said to be morning. It is said that morning is the healthiest day overall day. Um, then um,
Come on, do not take pause.
uh, early early morning is something different from other day because rest um, b- because it feels very refreshing. Personally, I feel very active, enthusiastic, or and very energetic. Um,
You can see at a glance if you have written something to you.
no, sir, I didn't write anything.
That is why I asked you to write down something, some of the sequence wise. but this time it was not good up to the mark. Next
Yes,
time,
sir.
I have to understand. Okay.
Yes,
Aina,
sir.
the last, because after this I will finish it and I'll give you some of the homework to do it. Ainas, your time
Yes, sir.
now.
I'm going to talk about, I'm going to speak about a member of my family that I get along with very well. Normally, I get along with all the members of my family. However, the person that I get along with the best is my mother. She's always been there for me in my thick and thin, in every situation. To say she is my mother, but she is just like a friend to me. And here I should say that I get my expeditious quality from her. We cook together, we share things, we solve problems, and there is much more to add, the list is just never ending. But I believe that till the time she is there for me, she's praying for me, I am never going to be lagging behind in any of the aspects, whether it is related to my career or my academics or my work related life. So to conclude, she understands me the best every time.
That's all. I think I have conducted one of the session for you speaking part one and part two. Okay, the next time I'll start with 30 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. I'll share some of the tips for the writing task two. Okay, writing task two means I'll give you some topic and I'll ask you just to speak, not to write, so that you will be aware about the writing tips and ideas. Meanwhile, you can also develop your accent, your cohesive devices, vocabulary, the range of vocabulary, and grammatical structures. So this session will really help you a lot to understand how to speak better, how to achieve more than 7 or 8 band, okay, in your speaking part. And this is something, whatever it means I have given you a topic, maybe some topic is not, suppose you are not concerned with the topic, you have to start with, you have to provoke your thoughts, that will be your brainstorming ideas. So be ready. If you know the pattern in 1 minute, if you are making the notes ready, so things will be done. How obvious a Christo, that means you have really, it means you have a stop today. So you try to make notes, okay, that this is the sequence that I have to speak. So let's call it a day. I'll see you on Saturday. And Saturday means I'll start with Ritika, 10 minutes for 10 to 20 minutes. Ritika with writing task 1. And I think Christo, you've also written something. Okay? Yeah, Ritika, tell me.
So I just wanted to know, sir, if like you said that Diana crossed her deadline after the 2 minutes mark. So is there any like deduction of points if we go beyond the
No,
time limit?
no. In the beginning, the examiner will himself or herself will tell, ki, if don't worry, if I stop you. So you don't have to worry. But
Okay.
you have, that is why the practice, you have to finish a talk within a minute, within 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, that's okay. That is why 3 bullet points that you have to cover. Okay, while
Okay.
using some cohesive devices, you have to show the range of your vocabulary. That is why I'm saying today I have given a lot of information to you. The next time, let me see how better you are doing. By the time I'll
So
share.
I have a question or a query. I don't know what it is, but in my first speaking test, when I gave it to the examiner, she gave me to write for 1 minute, and she gave me a particular topic. So I written it. I've made the points down, and I was constantly speaking. She did not. I don't know. She forgot about the timer or what. But then when I stopped speaking, as per the points, she kept on, giving me this action like, speak more, speak more. I don't know why was it, or didn't I exceed the time or exceeded the time? I don't know. But she made me speak on this particular topic.
It depends on the examiner. Sometimes some examiners are appointed very newly. Even I was the part of examiner at British Council, so I know. It depends on if the examiner,
Okay.
some are Indian, South Indians. Sometimes they are not really concerned in the beginning, but many of them it doesn't happen so because it's recorded. I know that means suppose how I have been learning and listening to you means I'm engaged with
Okay.
you. I'm involved with you.
Yes.
You are speaking. I know. I'm just considering your timing and I'm
Right.
giving you some advice. Don't worry, it will. So next time we will meet. By the time I'll share
Yes,
some
sir.
of the information in your group, be ready.
Sir,
We
for
will ask.
giving
Okay.
closing line, any closing lines